Hey, it's me. I see the hand of God in the ordinary world, in trees that heal their own bark, in the way a tiny seed knows how to split and rise. When I let myself notice, I feel that presence. When I close down, I feel the absence too. Nature shows a kind of wisdom that keeps life going. It protects, nourishes, and balances things in ways that are hard to deny. We also know the balance can tip. Human carelessness and greed disturb the web that holds things together. And then there's the part of nature that looks harsh. Storms, floods, earthquakes. These are real. Seen from another angle, they are resets that help the whole return to order. Still, there is another kind of harshness that is harder to make peace with. One animal living by taking the life of another. Predator and prey. The deer runs, the tiger chases. Both are built for what they face. It can feel cruel, even if it keeps a wider balance. Animals don't choose needless harm. People, on the other hand, can. Our minds give us choice. We can lift life up or push it down. And yet a deer still feels panic and pain. That grief is real. What if all of this mirrors the state of our own minds? We live in a world shaped by mixed beliefs, some bright, some dark. The sum of what we believe and want and fear becomes the place we stand. People say heaven and hell are states of mind. That is true in one way. It's also true that states of mind shape the very ground we walk on. If there are worlds like ours that carry both light and dark, there may also be worlds where one side fades out. Places of only fear and pain, or places of only peace and joy. In a gentle world like that, the tiger and the deer could rest near each other. No one would need to harm another to live. Sometimes art gives us a taste of that world. A song, a painting, a poem. Something opens and we feel washed and quiet. If you are close to that state, beauty feels like balm. If you are deep in pain or numbness, the same beauty can sting. It can be too much to bear. In very dark inner places, even a small light can turn the eyes away, can hurt the eyes. The soul needs time to grow toward it. I think we're in an in-between place right now. Light and dark share the same room. If you've ever felt love and safety and then drifted into some old fear, you know this mix, you've felt it. Sometimes there's even a strange pull toward conflict or drama. That is part of being here. The work now is to understand this split and then move through it. There are states of being where the split is gone, not because one side wins, but because the whole becomes simple and clear. At first, when awareness meets emptiness, the darkness can feel total. Then the other side shows up and the split begins. Even that is progress. As awareness matures, the split softens. In the end, unity returns in a bright form. No strain, no inner war, no death, even in a small sense, just a steady flow that does not break. To walk this path, we have to talk about surrender. Many people sense that surrender matters, and they also fear it. When we can't yield, we lose touch with our core. We get stiff and guarded. We can't love in a full way or learn in a full way. Surrender is the motion that lets good things pass through. So what does it mean? What does it mean to surrender? To let go of a narrow will that only sees a few steps ahead. To allow God to guide. To set down fixed ideas and opinions for the sake of what is true. To feel your feelings rather than shut them off. To trust someone you love when trust is called for. To give a teacher your real attention when you want to learn. Not blind trust, clear trust. Learning is not only in your head, the whole of you needs to take it in. And that only happens when some part of you yields. Why do we resist? Fear, suspicion, the belief that if we let go, we lose ourselves. Then we grip harder. Two hard wills crash and we get battle and war. Peace asks for some kind of yielding. But do we always yield? No. Not when the person or the cause is untrue. We also need a strong stand to protect what is right, to set limits, to claim what is fair. So here's the hard part. How do we tell when to soften and when to stand? There are signs. If we deny self-responsibility, surrender turns into giving our life away. People who crave a perfect authority often resist yielding the most. Deep down, they know they're not ready. True giving of self makes a person stronger. It takes a real self to give the self. If you find you can't yield or trust, look for the place that wants someone else to run your life. The louder the cry for total freedom without any guidance, the more likely there is a wish to avoid choice and consequence. Expectations can blur our sight. When we pick a partner, friend, or guide, we may want them to meet old needs. Then we can't see them clearly. A part of us knows this, and trust breaks down. When we clean up those expectations, our sense gets sharper. We can see that trust doesn't need perfection. We can yield where it fits. Surrender doesn't mean your mind stops working. It doesn't erase choice. Life moves, and so must we. What is right today may change tomorrow. So as you practice right surrender, you'll feel stronger and clearer. For many of us, this is an in-between stage. We're not yet solid enough to yield without fear, so we build self-responsibility with care. We also pray to trust what is trustworthy, to follow when guidance is sound, to lay down stubborn will when it blocks what is true. Sometimes the will of God reaches us through others before it reaches us from within. We can yield to that and still grow our own center. In time, we sense there is no fight between surrender and standing firm. They support each other. Most of us long for a deep fulfillment. It is possible. We block it when we will not let the soul do what it knows. Good things often come after we yield to a larger current, whether to God, to love, or to a wise hand for a time. Yet we also need to act, not with harshness, with steady courage. We don't let the dark voice inside call the shots. We meet it, and we choose again. We choose faith over fear. We choose to face what is here. And that takes real bravery. Think of this as a balance, your active self and your yielded self. True surrender doesn't make you weak. It strengthens the healthy part of the ego. You become more able to act, decide, and create. True action, clean of hidden motives, makes you steady enough to let go when life asks you to. Sometimes the call will come from within, sometimes through a teacher or a partner. Keep your eyes open. Notice if you want to idealize someone so you can avoid self-responsibility. Notice if you want to keep armor on so you never have to yield. Either way, you're not going to see straight. You have already practiced some surrender. That's why you've tasted freedom in parts of your life. Where trust has grown, you are more at ease and more sure of yourself. The paradox is simple. When you give yourself over, you meet your real strength. Still, most of us hold back a small corner. We keep a reserve that doesn't want to merge. That hidden pocket breeds fear and strain. We tell ourselves that safety lives in staying separate, when the truth is different. When you yield to God, you find real safety. Then you can also tell who to trust and when to follow. You don't lose yourself. You just find a clearer one. So how do we grow this? Well, first understand with your mind why surrender matters. Then choose it on purpose. The first tries will feel scary. Do it again and again. You will learn that there is a deep safety on the other side. After that, you'll meet the part of you that doesn't respond to choice alone. It hides. You notice it through its effects, like impatience, clutching, a hard inner core. And for that part, ask for help. Ask the living Christ within to soften what will not yield. Be steady in your wish to bring every part of you into one aim, to give your whole self to Source, to let love move, to trust clean guidance, to yield when it is time, and to stand when it is time. Let the slow part catch up, because it will. You are stronger than you think. Most of us believe we are weaker than we are. Belief shapes experience, so we confirm the story. Your thoughts and desires hold a real force. You create with them, even when the outcome is not what you wanted. When your will clashes with the larger law, your power feels blocked. Another part of you may not want to grow up and wants to be taken care of and not choose. Both patterns drain you. Neither is built into your nature. They're learned. Once you wake up to your power to create, to choose, and to shape your inner life, you begin to know who you are. Then the old split softens. Yielding and standing firm stop fighting each other. Each one feeds the other. Your responses start to match what each moment needs. At first, this takes careful awareness. With practice, it becomes natural again. There is a picture that I find helps. Think of surrender as a deep inner relaxation that rises on its own after honest work. People in extreme pain sometimes reach a point where the fight drops. Without effort, something lets go. The pain dissolves into a strange peace. It's a mystery and it is real. My point is not the pain, it's to show that surrender can change the quality of an experience from the inside out. Let these words settle. You don't need to force anything. Give them space. Over time, they will open the room you need to live with both steadiness and softness. Yield where it fits. Stand where it fits. Surrender to God always. And when life asks you to trust a person or a process, let your whole being look and listen. Then choose with a clear heart. Love you. Connect soon.